Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I've got a big video and it's predicting the whole of the 24-25 season. That is right, I'm going to predict multiple competitions. I'm going to go with Super Rugby, I'm going to go with Six Nations, URC, Top 14, English Premiership and Europe. It's going to be great, and so let's get into it. So starting off with the Rugby Championship, I think I said Super Rugby instead, but I meant Rugby Championship. I might throw Super Rugby in there. But my knowledge isn't so great, so the prediction might be slightly off. But yeah, let's go. Jump right in without further ado. So the first one is, of course, the Rugby Championship, and I know the first couple of games have already happened. There's still a few more rounds to go, and I think the Boks are going to take it, to be honest with you. They've been by far looking the most comfortable team in the game. So yeah, I do think the Springboks will take it. I think they'll probably go 1-1 against the All Blacks in that double header, and then probably 2-0 Argentina. That's what I see that one going. And yeah, so next up we have got, I'll do the Six Nations because that's the next one happening. Six Nations, it might be a bit of an out there pick, and you know, I'm going to say England for the Six Nations. I know they've got a few issues with background coaches coming and going at the minute, but I do think they are building something special. You definitely saw towards the end of the last Six Nations, particularly the Ireland and France games, they looked like they were a lot better. I know in the first three games they looked pretty poor, but I do see a massive improvement in England, and you know, they've still got a few games, they've got a few big games in the autumn to cement that, and then go into the Six Nations full of hope. I do think they'll do things like win back the Calcutta Cup. I think Scotland's run with that is over, unfortunately. I could see them maybe beating France at Twickenham again, getting revenge for the 54-point win France got a couple of years ago. But yeah, that's that. Next up, I'm going to go with the top 14. Fairly simple for this one. Toulouse, I think they're the best club team in the world at the minute. Toulouse, I don't think it's hard to say that. You know, they've got some of the best players in the league, some of the best teams, and yeah, I think Toulouse will take it. I think the only other team who could really challenge them is La Rochelle, bar a miracle run from someone else. But yeah, next up we have got the URC. Again, the URC, there's a good few teams who could take this, but I think it's the time of this team. They've been there or thereabouts for a few years, and that is of course the Bulls. Yeah, I think, as I said, there's 4 or 5 teams. I think Bulls are in there, Glasgow, obviously the current holders, Munster, Leinster, Stormers. I do think Leinster with Jordie Barrett will be better, but I think he's only staying for about 6 months, so, and I think he's leaving before the business end of the season. I think he disappears in like January, February, so for the start of the Super Rugby. So yeah, and then we have got the English Premiership, which I believe will be, I'm actually going to say Bath. I think that with Finn Russell, Bath will be unstoppable. I think Northampton did really well last season, but I think they are losing quite a few key players this summer, and Bath are building, and yeah, I just think Finn Russell is by far the best 10 in the world at the minute, and he's proved his worth in England already. So yeah, and yeah, he carried them last season. He can do it again now. I don't like saying one player carried a team, because there was 14 other players on the pitch with another 8 on the bench, but Finn Russell carried Bath last season. And then next up we've got the 2 European competitions. The Champions Cup, I think it's hard because there's quite a few teams who I could see taking it. I do think Toulouse will take it again though. As I said, they're the best team in Europe. They've got the best players in Europe. If they can keep everyone fit, then they're, you know, really, really strong. And I don't think many other teams can come close to them. Challenge though is where it gets increasingly more difficult. I mean, I know you get the drop down Champions Cup teams, but I'm actually just going to go off the teams who start off in the Challenge Cup. You know, we're looking, there's a few teams who I think could take this. I'm mainly looking at the URC teams. You've got Connacht, Lions and Edinburgh. I think it'll go to one of those 3, to be honest with you. Maybe Gloucester. You know, they made the final last year, but I think they've lost a few big names. So I'm going to say Lions are going to win it, purely off the basis of half the games will be in South Africa. But yes, that is, I think, all the predictions. Short video. There will be more videos, don't worry. This isn't a one and done for another week or so. This is me back now, hopefully. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, I shall see you later.